both long-term players. JB, of course, on the leadership group of this particular tournament, and Dave doing double duty right now as he is working as our restreamer, as was mentioned in the last game. Should Dave win this, he'll actually have to play 3 in a row. So I don't know which one he's hoping for more, to win or to lose.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been quite a tournament. I mean, every month we think that the craziness is going to end, and then something else happens, and yeah, we're learning to deal with all of this. But yeah, we're happy to bring you this, and I'm sure that regardless of everything, Dave is happy to also be playing, even if it's 3 in a row, as both of our players already halfway through level 6, and very nice combos on both sides. Dave has some issues there with red, however.
Yeah, it looks like JB has pulled up a good advantage. He's got almost completely free and clear on his board, but he doesn't have any reds to speak of. So naturally, that's what the doctor's giving him. As he gets this double yellow out, or this yellow out, and now he's got at least access to every one of his pills in this end game, or to the viruses in this end game. He's got, as I said, just a touch of a lead. Looks like he's going to be out when he gets his next blue. That's going to be at a 116. Dave isn't going to be too far behind, but he is going to be behind.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a matter of getting some blues for Dave. He's gonna take these two horizontally, and it's just 3 blues left. He gets a double blue, which is going to let him leave a little bit earlier than expected at 136.
Yep, as we look over on JB's side, he's getting all those reds that he got rid of the last time at the very top of his board. Doesn't have a lot of anything to do with yellow, and as always, that's what he's getting. He is only about 5 irises ahead. Of course, that's generally what we'll see at the beginning of these levels is a player will they won't get quite the advantage that you would think they would get based on the amount of time that they get at the beginning, simply because they're taking the time to get all of their setups done. So within a few seconds after that, we usually start seeing the advantages really start getting pressed. Uh,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
yeah,
That's that situation for players, and also the fact that the board has to just get set up, and that consumes a few seconds as well.
yeah, we're looking at two very different boards. JB's got everything right along the middle. Dave's everything except for 2 of his viruses is pretty much packed on this bottom row. He's going to go ahead and take that yellow out just because he had nothing else to do with his yellow. He wants these blues horizontally. We're going to see if he'll be able to get that.
And he gets that double blue, which okay, he's going to put to that use as you were mentioning, and now it's yeah, I think Dave is trying to figure out a way to take out those reds as well and setting up for them as JB is out at 306, but once again Dave not too far behind.
Yeah, if the pills will just cooperate, and there they go. Now he just needs a red, and Dave is out at a 325.
Okay, so it's a bit of an advantage as well. Dave is ahead on the timer at this point, so yeah, it's looking like JB is starting to open up some advantage. However, Dave with nice setups there, going for those stocks, and this horizontal is going to take 3 very quickly.
So what we've got, if JB should pull this out and win this match, there is a prop bet between him and Larva should they face each other in the finals. John, have you heard anything about this yet?
I haven't, so no, I wouldn't be able to comment on that.
There is a pie to the face at the ready. I'm hoping Larva is listening in the chat and can go ahead and throw some information about that. I heard about it in her stream and gave her a little bit of grief for the fact that our commentators were not aware of it prior to the start of the match today.
Yeah, but okay, that's going to be interesting then to see that happening. As for the moment, Dave is managing to catch up to JB. It's just 1 virus of difference in favor of JB. Yes, of course, he has about 6 seconds on the timer, but he's dealing with a lot of red. JB just cannot find a way out of this if he doesn't get some more red.
Dave having the exact opposite problem. It's all yellow on his top line, and he's finally starting to get the pills that he needs to take care of that. This double yellow blitz is just over far too quickly. He does get the double blue that signals the end of it. He's hoping for more of those yellow blue pills, I know. And thankfully, the doctor is providing. And that's going to get him very close to being tied up with JB, who makes a nice double column going on there on his right hand side.
Yeah, JB just took 3 viruses very quickly there with 3 pills, which is very efficient, almost as efficient as you can get in this game. But yeah, it's just a matter of who can get out of here at level 8. And he's going to be out at 538, and Dave not too far behind at 542.
Very close with these runners. You'll probably see them crossing paths with their virus counts. Right here at the beginning of the level, JB going to have a few extra viruses or a few extra pills to get these viruses knocked out. And that is really where that advantage is going to come from. Nice boards on both sides. Nothing too much to complain about except maybe the lack of blue on Dave's.
Yeah, and JB facing a little bit of that problem as well. Not too much blue on his top line, really. You could consider 1 or 2 viruses at this point, and then the rest requires some talks and some more technical plays like that. But he's
Oh,
managing to play some of that.
Dave drops a red yellow backwards. Does manage to get the pills he needs to take care of it, but that's a mistake he can't afford right now with JB continuing to just press his lead.
Yeah, definitely. You cannot afford it because you're losing pills and you're losing the time that it takes to fix that problem. But he's going to set up there for that horizontal, and yeah, he's just going to start taking out some of that red on the right side. He has some ways of setting up for that horizontal, and he's going to take it now, and that's going to bring down that double yellow as well in place.
A great plays from Dave, but if JB sees any blues at all, this is going to be his to take home. He's only got that one yellow left and three blues standing between him and taking a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and it's he's okay. He's gonna set up for the horizontals. Very nice awareness. Now he just has to bring down that yellow and set up a platform in order to be out of level 9 at a 732.
Absolutely, Dave. Not too far behind him. If he can he's going to get his own platform set up for these reds. And it is 7:52. So 20 seconds is all that went between these two players.
All right, so that's going to be game number 1 then for JB, and we're gonna go into game number 2. But well played from both for players. Very nice, keeping it tight for a good amount of time, and actually uh, they were really just yeah, just pressing one another. So that's okay. Although JB says that his aid was trash, but that's nonetheless he manages to pull the win.
All right, so we've got a ready from Dave. Once we get a ready from JB, we will be ready to rock and roll. Arva's preparing to give us the details on the. All right, yeah, we got it ready from JB. Larva's getting ready to give us the details on that prop bet, but as she said, she doesn't want to jinx it either way,
Okay,
so we can
so
wait.
yeah, she might wait for the lineup to be ready. All right, so we have ready from both of our players, and here we go.
It's 3, 2, 1 pills in the chat. There goes Dave, and there goes JB. I like both of these starting pill sets and boards. JB going to take a little bit of a tuck play. That's going to work out really well for him as he gets three of those red yellows and is able to make the drop. Dave is sitting here looking at not a lot of blue again. Uh, Hopefully, he's going to get the red yellows that he needs to really put this board behind him.
Yeah, it's a very wreath of a board for Dave at this point. He's playing as well on that column 8 and trying to bring some of those bars that he had on row 1 down. But yeah, at this point, it's a matter of opening up what's on the left side. Okay, so he's just going to keep playing on that right side and finally manages to bring down some of that left.
Yeah, he's taking a good opportunity to open up what blues he can. Of course, then the doctor gives him a double blue, and now he's out of blue again. But that's what you want to see. On JB's side, he's built up his board quite a bit, but you see combos like this are going to help him really get zipping. He's got a little bit of garbage situation on his column too. He's going to have to deal with, but it won't be too much. And both these players are just really going to be running close again.
Yeah, it's just come on, yellow for JB. Yeah, we want to see another close match, and we need the RNG to help us for that. So Dave just needs one more red. He's gonna be out at 139.
Yes, he is with a nice board getting ready to start him up. Oh, JB has got himself a little bit of work to do on his column too. So he's got a couple of options here. Unfortunately, neither one of them is particularly strong at the moment. He's either going to have to take those three off the top or do what he's doing now and find a way to. Yep, if he can get a red yellow, that is about. Looks like he's going to manufacture one. There you go. So good board awareness there. He's going to take out. Oh,
Oh,
oh. Yeah, I was with you, JB. I saw the same thing you did just about the same time you did. That's going to be rough. So it looks like he's going to take this one vertically. That's going to eat up a lot of time though. So it's really going to help give Dave a chance to really proceed on. And here we go. JB's going to get what he needs. He's out at a 238. He's shaking his head. He's not happy about that. And yeah, that's tough RNG sometimes.
yeah, and a little bit of tough garbage there because yeah, it's difficult to be aware of just every piece of garbage that's on your board, and sometimes they are going to come and bite you when you least expect it. But JB's out of there, and now it's a matter of just continuing playing these next levels cleanly. As we have Dave suffering a little bit right now because he needs a lot of yellow help. He's going to get some in that red in that double yellow. I mean,
Yes, he's absolutely going to need some yellow to finish this board out. And JB's got a really friendly level 7 going on here. He's not as far behind as he really could be given the troubles that he had at the end of that level 6. It really could have bitten him a lot harder than it has. And as you can see, he's really making good progress in this level 7 already.
yeah, definitely. It's about to go into single digit viruses as Dave already on level 8 has well not too much diversity on his board at the moment. A lot of blue and red, and also unfortunately he has quite the spire there on column 8. He has most of his viruses there, so yeah, that's going to slow him down, and perhaps it's exactly what JB needs at this point.
Yeah, Dave's whole board was very right side tilted. And that can be a good or a bad thing. It just really depends on how many doubles you get. A board like that, you really want to see doubles. And thankfully, he's been able to find a way to get that board knocked down a little bit. But as you said, that's given JB a chance to get out of 7. He's just waiting for 3 blues. Dr. Mario says, you want blues? Let me give you everything but. Oh, come on, Doc. There comes that third blue. He's out at a 448. So
And
definitely
in
behind. I was gonna say definitely behind the 8 ball on that one, but we've seen crazier things happen.
Yeah, definitely. And in the meantime, Dave has managed to bring down that right side, and it's just going to be a couple of doubles there. He's out at the 508, so quickly making work of that column 8 nonetheless, in spite of all the difficulties.
Yeah, one of the great things about having a tournament that's gone on for a couple of years is we can say with honesty we've seen a lot of crazy things happen, and
Yeah.
we've seen top outs. Don't want to wish that on anybody, but that's when you've had a really, really bad level, sometimes that's your only saving grace is if your opponent manages to top out. Um, but that's not an unheard of thing. So that's why JB's really giving it all he's got here at the end. I mean that and the fact that he's a competitor. But he's gonna do everything he can because you never know when something like that's gonna happen. And if you're not hanging out and really staying mentally tough about it, it's not gonna matter if it does.
Right, but JB noticing that those viruses were set up horizontally, he doesn't like that drop time, but he's still moving along, so it's not too bad to take that drop time sometimes. But he's going to be finally out of 613. It's about half a level at this point, which actually is much closer than it was previously.
Yeah, absolutely. He's making up time. He's doing some really good play. And that's what you expect. That's what you want to see from all of our competitors is just really good play, regardless of the situation. And when you've had a setback like JB had with that level, you pick yourself up, you keep going for it, and that's what we love to see. That's one of the best parts of this competition is the fact that all these players are ready and willing to do that.
Yeah, definitely. It's a hard game. It's going to be unkind to you, but you just gotta keep going. Okay, nice fix there by Dave. He was about to create some garbage to prevent him playing in the horizontal for that yellow that he's been setting up for quite a while, but he manages to avoid that. As on the other hand, we have JB with a lot of red on the top line, and that's been handcuffing him for a bit.
Yeah, Dave is just waiting for some yellow. It's not coming. It's getting there eventually, but it's a lot of red and blue. He's got to be careful not to stack this center column too high. It's the fastest way to get the pieces down, but there he goes. He gets out at a 745.
Okay,
So
and
yeah,
yeah, and 745 is just going to expire on JB's side, so it's going to be 1-1 for this semifinal, and we're gonna be moving into game number 3. So another decider for this tournament, and yeah, this is going to tell us which of our players is going to move into finals to face Larvae.
yeah. JB saying in the chat, I don't want to talk about that six. We don't blame you, JB. That was a tough one, and yeah, we saw it happen about the same time you did. It was but the only thing you can do at this point, the only thing any of us can do at this point is just push on, get ready for the next one. It was great play after that, and that's why there's no telling who's going to take this one. This is our 2-3 seed match, so everything, this is exactly what we're expecting. A very, very close one. All
Definitely.
right,
So, all
go
right,
ahead.
so we have our players ready. So let's go. Let's start the countdown 3, 2, 1, and Peels.
Right. Dave starting up. Nice top line on his board. JB has started as well. Good, not wonderful, but good top line on his. Both these players getting a nice start to their level block. Again, this is 6 through 9, best of 3, so this is the decider.
Yeah, as we have now Dave running into some trouble there with the Reds. He has set up to bring that down, and yeah, things are going to be much nicer there in column 6. A little bit of garbage in column 7, but that's going to let him set up for some things to the right.
He's gonna be running out of blue access pretty soon here. I mean, he's gonna be able to get to it, but it's gonna be a little harder, especially with these double blues that just keep propping up. This is, as I recall, the rarest form of double rush, and Dave has gotten it now twice, I think, in this match. But he gets the red blue that's going to end it, as he and JB are both looking down the barrel of some just red yellow dependencies.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, that helped Dave for a little bit, but there's a point where yeah, you just don't want to see the same color anymore. You have some other viruses that you have to play against, and Dave is going to be setting up for some scaffolding here. As on the other side, JB is precisely encountering the same problem, and now he has a red-blue in a tough situation. He can play it from underneath, but yeah, he now has to play around it.
It's definitely an awkward board going on. Oh,
Oh,
and
okay.
JB had a bit of a technical
Yeah,
error.
that was a technical issue.
I'm gonna assume, I'm not on the rules committee, but I'm gonna assume that's gonna give him the opportunity to take a restart with the timer. It's probably gonna be up to Dave, but we will let the rules committee decide on that.
Yeah, no, and we saw that JB. Yeah, it's basically just like
Okay,
turboing by itself.
Dave has gone ahead and reset. It
Okay.
looks like his emulator went on the fritz.
Yeah.
Honestly, it looked like it sped up, possibly a this tap of a button to a hotkey to speed it up. But Dave has already restarted and is looks like he's going to let JB go ahead and have a mulligan on that one.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, the rules say that the other player decides what's how do we proceed, and yeah, we're gonna go then into a rematch. So we're talking about strange things happening and crazy things, and there you go. Even that can happen. Some hardware issues are also a possibility, both on the emulator side, which yeah we know has their quirks, and then as well with original hardware where we're just playing with 30-year-old hardware, so it can just be a pain.
Absolutely. We've got readies from both of our players, so we'll get the countdown in here. And it's three, two, one, and pills. All right, so it's no harm, no foul on that going on there, and a couple of really nice boards to start off. This is what we like to see for our players. Nothing too awful going on either player's board. Just a lot of decisions that are going to have to get made to see who's going to make it to the finals to play against Larva.
Definitely, and I mean at this point now it's Dave without any yellow really on the top line. He's playing around that circumstance, and yeah, of course, Mar is now giving him some double yellows because why not? That's exactly what he needs, right? As JB has a lot of blue on the top line, on the other hand.
Yeah, this is the mid game for both of these players is getting a little bit on the messy side, just because of the way Dr. Mario has been playing them, not because of anything our players are doing. I do like where Dave's board is. He is sitting just a touch ahead with about a 5 second difference in the timers. But he's going to get this nice horizontal, and it's just going to need a couple of blues and a yellow to finish this board out.
Yeah, but I'm sure that on the other hand, JB's just like hoping that Mario finally just lets him out of his wrangle there with no blue anywhere to be seen, as we have now Dave outside of level 6 and into level 7.
Yeah, JB's left hand side. We talked about Dave's tilted board the last time. This has happened to JB on the other side this time. Manages to get a red rush when he has no red viruses to speak of. And now he'd love to see a D sandwich, but it's just not going to be possible with that blue buried as far down as it is. But he's making good progress. Uh, he's got to decide. Yeah, makes a good call to get rid of this blue with a blue red. And now he's just waiting on two blues. There they come, and a yellow. There it comes, and he's going to be out at a 216.
Yeah, JB a bit angry there, but I think that he managed to uh, make that problem a little bit less, given that he made the right call there with that with the decisions on the left side.
Yeah, JB and Dave both having a problem of no yellow going on. JB's managed to get his going, but Dave just doesn't have the yellow. It's just there's one bit down there at the bottom, and he's already given himself as much access to it as he can get right at the moment. That's it's just going to be red, and hopefully for him, he's going to get the red that he needs to make it out of this level 7.
Yeah, definitely. It's just being a grind of finding as much red as possible for Dave, which he's been getting nonetheless. So yeah, that kept him on the lead at this point. But JB making quick work of this level 7 as well. He has a nice diversity on his board and nothing too stacked up. So this is a nice level 7 so far for JB.
And Dave gets out at a 328. So JB's going to have to be making a little bit of progress up, but he's getting good pills. He's making really good use of them. So I feel like we're going to be, this is just level 7 of a 6 to 9 block. So I think by the time we are at level 9, it is going to be very close between these two players.
For sure, as JB there goes with a horizontal and starts clearing up the stuff on column 1, so he has some space to just work with those viruses. But he's just waiting on the red to come around. He really needs red to open up what's left of his board at this point.
Yeah, he gets it so that he can get that horizontal. And now, wow, the doctor just says, "Hey, here are all those pills that you needed that I didn't give you earlier." So with this blue coming down, he's one red away from finishing this board out. As we look at Dave's side, with JB finishing at a 428, Dave is about 19 viruses ahead. It's going to put him in a good position as we get close to the end of his 8. But again, nothing is insurmountable in this game, especially in this tournament. Any player can overcome just about any lead. So definitely don't count JB out for this one, as he's got a really good board to start, a really good top to his level 8 as well.
Yeah, definitely. And at this point, they of course is not getting any yellow or blue. It was just a red rush at the worst possible moment. But yeah, now he's getting some more variety. He's not getting the blue yellows that he probably needed at one point, and now yeah, it's just a matter of getting blue. So it's gone from 2 colors into just the 1 color, and hopefully Mario will give him the right stuff to get out of here. As JB is bringing this even much closer at this point.
Yeah, with Dave coming out and sitting in level 9 now, JB is uh, having to choose between setups. He's going to clear out the last of his garbage here, and that's got to feel nice. But he's going to need red, and he's going to need it soon, or else there we go. Or else he's not going to be able to make these clears. But makes a really really nice combo down at the bottom of that board. That's the sort of vision that can tell you just how long he's been playing this game. And
Yeah,
he
definitely.
is. Go ahead.
Oh, and I was just going to say the difficult part of that is to keep on mind that setup and not mess it up with whatever you put on top of what's going to be cleared.
Yes, indeed. JB out at a 618, and you can tell he's going to start going crazy on this board. He's going to be a man on a mission. As if Dr. Mario gives him half a chance to take this game, he is going to find a way to make it happen. Uh, with Dave on his side, he's lost a color again. He's out of blue just about, and very shortly, maybe completely out of it. And that could be the only thing JB needs. We don't know yet. But this is a really good end level for both of them. Look at that nice combo for Dave. And it looks like he's going to be able to take it, but I certainly wouldn't want to take any bets yet.
Yeah, definitely. JB is going for those big setups. At this point, yeah, he just has to go as yeah, just go for it all and just try anything that he can manage. Yeah, and also regarding the RNG, that is not always going to be on your side. Dave is just 2 viruses away from making it into the finals at this point.
Yep. Uh, and this is one of those matches you hate to see. And even though, congratulations to Dave with a 744. But man, this was a really good match on both sides. And I would have loved to have seen this one go to 5 if we could.
Yeah,
Both played
definitely.
really well.
Yeah, this was very well fought, and yeah, I mean it's just a matter of yeah, with having two players that both of them can do really good stuff, and yeah, unfortunately, JB is not gonna be able to make it into the finals, but GG's to both of these players. They gave us a really nice show.
Absolutely. It looks like JB is going to finish it out, and I don't blame him for that. That is this is he's been on a good run. Uh, this is a good way to go ahead and finish out this board. He's gonna get this double red. That's gonna be very helpful. It's gonna get the blues that he needs. Um, yeah, this is a good way to go ahead and put a finishing touch on it. He's out at an 842, and GG's again to both players.